Outdoor Spaces and Public Places. The Life and Work of Frederick Law Olmsted by Lisa Benjamin, illustrated by Brian Call. The island of Manhattan is one of the busiest parts of New York City. Every day, millions of people hurry down its sidewalks. Cars and buses rush through its busy streets. Below, subway trains rumble through their tunnels. Above, towering skyscrapers stretch high overhead. In the middle of the hustle and bustle, there's a huge area of green grass and leafy trees. There, some people ride bicycles. Others read books on park benches or spend time with friends. This area, Central Park, extends from the east side of Manhattan into the west. Close read. Vocabulary and context. Underline the context clues within the sentence that can help you determine the meaning of extends in paragraph 2. Skyscrapers. Very tall buildings with many floors. On a map, Manhattan may look like it was built around Central Park, but the park is not a piece of land that was left untouched. It was planned and built in the 1800s to be part of the community. Frederick Law Olmsted worked to build it. He shaped the look of New York City and other places across the United States. Close read. Analyze text structure. Underline a detail in paragraph 3 that helps you recognize that this biography has a time-ordered text structure. Hartford, Connecticut, 1853. Frederick Olmsted was a city boy. He was born in 1822, and his family lived in Hartford, Connecticut. Hartford was a port city where ships brought goods in and out of the harbor. Frederick's father was a dry goods merchant in Hartford. When Frederick was young, his hometown was a booming place. New houses, factories, and office buildings were being built all over. Close read. Analyze text structure. Underline details in paragraph 4 that helps you recognize that this biography is structured chronologically. It was fun living in a busy city, but Frederick also enjoyed the outdoors. His father often took the family to visit parts of New England and New York State. During their trips, young Frederick learned to enjoy the beauty of nature. Close read. Correct or confirm predictions. Highlight a detail in paragraph 5 that could help you correct or confirm a prediction about the focus of this biography. Frederick was a good student. He enjoyed school and planned to go to college. But when he was 14 years old, Frederick came into contact with a poison sumac plant. Poison sumac is more dangerous than poison ivy or poison oak. The poisoning harmed Frederick's eyes. He went blind for a time while he recovered. Later, poor eyesight made it difficult for Frederick to study. He left school at age 15 and wondered what else he might do with himself. Close read. Analyze text structure. Underline a detail in paragraph 6 that helps you recognize that this biography has a time-ordered text structure. All parts of the poisonous sumac plant are dangerous to humans. With his dream of going to college ended, Frederick Olmsted decided to go to work. He worked at different kinds of jobs. He became the assistant for an engineer who studied the land. He joined the crew of a trading ship that sailed to China. Later, he moved to Staten Island, New York to run a farm. With each job, Olmsted gained important skills. He didn't know it at the time, but one day, all the things he learned would help him complete a very big project. Close read. Correct or confirm predictions. Highlight details in paragraph 8 that help you to correct or confirm predictions about what will happen next in Frederick Olmsted's life. Engineer. A person who designs, builds, or looks after engines, machines, or public works. Olmsted would have used a tool similar to this one in his work as a surveyor. A Connecticut farm from 1855. Frederick also spent time traveling. In 1850, he visited the city of Liverpool, England, where he stopped at Birkenhead Park. Frederick was amazed that the park was free for anyone to use. Back home in New York, parks were small and not open to the public. Instead, they were locked behind gates on land that was privately owned. Only wealthy people could use them. Olmsted wished there was a place like Birkenhead for the people of his city to enjoy. Close read. Correct or confirm predictions. Highlight details in paragraph 10 that help you to correct or confirm predictions about what will happen next in Frederick Olmsted's life. Others shared Olmsted's opinion. New York City was growing rapidly. Many new buildings were being constructed. People worried that the city was developing too quickly and becoming overcrowded. They wished New York had a place where residents could enjoy grassy fields and fresh air. Close read. Analyze text structure. Authors may include multiple text structures to highlight important ideas. Underline a detail in paragraph 12 that describes a problem and shows a problem and solution text structure. Residents, the people who live in a place. New York City in the late 1800s. Several years later, Olmsted had returned to New York City, where he worked as an author and publisher. He wrote about his travels and experiences. He also wrote opinion articles against slavery. Frederick Olmsted made books about farming and caring for the land too. New York's leader had the same idea as Olmsted about a park. They wanted to create an outdoor area for the public to enjoy. They planned to build it in the middle of the city. The state government spent $5 million to buy land for what became known as Central Park. Close read. Analyze text structure. Underline a detail in the text that helps to explain the order of events in this biography. Frederick Law Olmsted, 1822 to 1903. Calvert Vaux, 1824 to 1895. The next step was to find someone to plan the park, so the city held a contest to find a designer. Olmsted worked with a British man named Calvert Vaux to come up with ideas. They entered a design into the contest and won. In 1858, Frederick Law Olmsted became the landscape architect for the new park. An architect creates the plan for a building. A landscape architect creates the plan for an outdoor space. Landscape architects design parks, playgrounds, gardens, and other public places. Close read. Correct or confirm predictions. Highlight a detail in paragraph 15 that helps you correct or confirm a prediction about how Frederick's visit to Britain would affect his life. Design. To create a plan to build or manufacture. At the time, landscape architecture was a new kind of job. Olmsted was one of the first to do it. But what ideas did he have in mind for Central Park? Olmsted wanted the park to preserve the natural features of the area. Before the city was built, New York mainly had forests and fields, so Central Park would have those. This dam, built between 1858 and 1862, created what is today the Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Reservoir. Workers carried in millions of cartloads of soil to create the park. They planted grass, trees, flowers, and shrubs. They built walkways, roads, and bridges too. Olmsted used the things he learned from farming, traveling, and other projects to create the new park. Close read. Correct or confirm predictions. Highlight details in paragraph 19 that help you correct or confirm a prediction about how Olmsted's past experiences would be helpful to him later in life. The Onassis Reservoir today. The park was finally completed in 1873. It's no wonder that it took 15 years to build. Central Park is a big space. It's about 2.5 miles or 4 kilometers long and covers more than 50 city blocks. There are grassy fields, low hills, and rocky areas. Over time, a zoo, 2 ice skating rinks, and an open-air theater and more were added to the park. Central Park was a big success. People flocked to the space to take a break from city life. It was a nice place to go for a walk, have a picnic, or even row a boat on one of the park's lakes. Soon, people in other places wanted public parks in their cities too. Close read. Analyze text structure. Underline words or phrases in paragraph 20 that help you understand the order of events in this biography. Central Park in the mid-1870s. The grounds of the United States Capitol, Washington, D.C. Frederick Olmsted and Calvert Vaux created parks for other places. They designed a public space in the Brooklyn neighborhood of New York. Built in 1870, Prospect Park includes a huge field called the Long Meadow. The area is 1 mile, 1.5 kilometers, in length, the longest meadow in New York City. Olmsted worked on parks in other places. He designed Fairmount Park in Philadelphia and Belle Isle Park in Detroit. He planned the grounds of the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. Olmsted also helped plan Yosemite National Park in California. Built in 1870, Brooklyn's Prospect Park includes a huge field called the Long Meadow. Niagara Falls is located on the border between Canada and New York State. Frederick Olmsted even designed a park in Canada. It's Mount Royal Park, located in the city of Montreal. He also helped plan the park that includes Niagara Falls. That's an enormous waterfall on the border between Canada and New York State. Late in his career, Frederick Law Olmsted lived and worked around Boston, Massachusetts. Poor health forced him to retire there, and he died in 1903. After his death, his sons John and Frederick Jr. continued his work creating parks. Frederick Law Olmsted believed it was important to preserve and protect natural areas. He built spaces where people can always enjoy the great outdoors. Each year, millions of people visit the parks that Olmsted created. There are places where city boys and girls like young Frederick can take in beautiful scenery and fresh air. Close read. Analyze text structure. Underline words or phrases in the text that help you recognize how the biography is structured. Correct or confirm predictions. Highlight a detail in paragraph 26 that helps you correct or confirm a prediction about the impact of Frederick Olmsted's life and work. Scenery. The natural features of an outdoor area.